When an avoidant yearns, it doesn't look the way people expect it to look. It isn't expressive or obvious. It's quiet, hidden, and most of the time it happens without action. Avoidance can miss you deeply and still not reach out, and that has nothing to do with them not caring. It's because yearning activates fear at the same time it activates desire. For an avoidant, missing you doesn't feel warm or comforting. It feels risky. They don't know how you'll respond if they reach out. They don't know whether reconnecting will pull them back into emotional depth they can't handle. They don't know if opening the door again will overwhelm them or expose feelings they're not ready to feel. So instead of moving toward you, their system tells them to pull inward. That's when they distract, they cope, they suppress. And this is where so many people get confused, because from the outside it looks like they've moved on. It can look like they're fine, detached, or already replaced you. But internally, the yearning is still there. It's just unmanaged and buried under coping strategies. Avoidants don't process wanting you by expressing it. They process craving by numbing it. They throw themselves into work. They overbook their schedules. They stay busy on purpose, not because they're thriving, but because being still brings emotions they don't know how to sit with. Silence is dangerous to them because feelings surface there. Scrolling becomes a coping mechanism. Dopamine replaces emotional connection. A like, a message, a swipe, something brief, stimulating and shallow enough to feel without opening anything too deep. It's easier to feel something quickly than to feel something honestly. This is also where rebounds come in. Coping rebounds aren't about love. They're about regulation. The rebound offers stimulation without vulnerability, connection without exposure, and company without emotional responsibility. Most avoidants don't consciously know that this is what they're doing. They think they're just living their life, having fun, keeping things light. But underneath it, the yearning hasn't disappeared. It's just been pushed down. Avoidants crave you quietly. They don't announce it. They don't confess it. They don't show up asking for reassurance. Instead, they watch. They monitor. They check your stories. They revisit old photos. They replay conversations in their head. This is where the distant checking comes in. Not dangerous or intrusive, but detached and controlled. They want proximity without engagement, connection without vulnerability, knowing without being known. For an avoidant, yearning is wanting you without wanting the emotional consequences of wanting you. Because wanting you means risking loss of control, and control is safety to an avoidant nervous system. The moment they reach out, they risk rejection, emotional exposure, being pulled into depth, and expectations they don't believe they can meet. So instead of reaching for you, they reach for distraction. Instead of processing grief, they suppress it. Instead of expressing their hunger for you, they intellectualize it or numb it. This is why avoidant yearning often shows up later, weeks, months, sometimes even years down the line. It resurfaces when life slows down, when distractions stop working, or when a new connection doesn't hit the same. Not because you suddenly became important again, but because the avoidance strategy finally failed. This is the part anxious partners need to understand. Silence does not equal absence of feeling. Distance does not mean lack of attachment. And distraction does not mean replacement. Yearning doesn't always lead to action, especially for avoidance. For them, it often stays internal, caught between desire and fear. They miss you, they think about you, they crave you, but their nervous system says, don't move, don't reach, don't feel too much. So they cope instead, quietly, privately, and often painfully. This doesn't mean you should wait. It doesn't mean you should chase. And it doesn't mean you should read into every view or click. It simply means this: avoidant yearning exists. It just doesn't look like love the way anxious attachment expects it to. And understanding that can help you stop personalizing their silence without romanticizing it.